Hey everybody, it's Aaron. Thanks for watching my YouTube. I wanted to talk to you about something I'm super excited about, all right? So I know that if you watch my videos, you've seen whether it's my debates or the Authentic Christian Podcast or my YouTube or my anything. I use Logos Bible software quite a bit. It's one of the first things I open up every day on my computer to start answering Bible questions, etc. And I am doing a webinar on the 18th. Let me share my screen. I'm doing a webinar on September 18th at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. And this webinar I'm very excited about because anybody that attends the webinar, you don't have to buy anything. Even if you just it's a free webinar. If you just come to the webinar, then you're going to get access to additional discounting. And one of the coolest things, you're going to get a free mobile education course on Logos just for coming to the webinar, whether you buy anything or not. So I want to show you, this is actually the mobile education course. They let me pick one mobile education course that would be offered free if anybody came to this webinar. And so anyone that comes to the webinar, 100% free to attend, you are going to get this mobile education course. And it's called Learn to Use Biblical and Greek and Hebrew in Logos, all right? So the thing that I think is the most interesting is this is about a $600, $700 course. Right now it's on sale for $400, but you will get it for free literally by just registering with your email and showing up for this 1 hour webinar, okay? And the thing that I think is the coolest about this course is you don't have to know Greek or Hebrew for this course to be beneficial. In fact, what this mobile education course does is it gives you video tutorials on how to use the language tools in Logos, all right? And so you'll also learn how to use lexicons, dictionaries, interlinears, many more in that class, okay? So that is what you get for free just for coming to this webinar, okay? So the link is going to be below. And in this webinar, we're going to talk about the new advanced features in Logos, like how to use AI in Logos. You know, I use AI as a sort of like a research assistant many times for historical things. And I'll use ChatGPT or Grok, and they're great. But when I use it inside Logos, it actually pulls from all my religious resources that I have, as opposed to just anything on the internet, okay? So I get pretty good results using ChatGPT or Grok, you know, XAI. But the AI feature in Logos is really cool for, you know, assistance with outline preparation, you know, like if you want the outline of a book. Anyway, we're going to talk about all that in the webinar on September 18th at 5 p.m., okay? All you have to do is you go to this link, you click on the link, it's going to be in the info box below. You literally type in your name and your email, hit register, and you will be registered. You'll get a reminder, and I'm excited for it. I hope that you can make it. Also, we're going to be discussing this. A few months ago, Logos reached out to me. I had been previously recommending the Academic Professional Package, which is still a great package. It's what I started with. It has many of the resources that you need and many of the ones I recommend. But about a month or two ago, Logos reached out to me and said, Aaron, would you be interested in putting together a custom package that has some additional resources that you think would be good for members of the Churches of Christ? And I said, I would be honored. I'd love to. So I talked to some guys at different preaching schools, academic guys I know, really avid readers and studiers, and said, what are some books you think will be good? And I put together a package from the advice they gave me and some of the advice that, I guess not advice, but some of the books I really like and use. And so it's called the Aaron Gallagher Bundle. I feel weird saying it. I'd call it the Me Bundle, but I think that sounds maybe even equally weird. So if you go to logos.com, it'll be below, logos.com/Aaron Gallagher, my name. It will bring this up. Now, if you don't have Logos and you want to try it, if you go to my link, logos.com/Aaron Gallagher, you will actually be able to try a 60-day free trial of Logos, all right? If you like it, then as you can see here on screen, they have 3 bundles right now. They really tried to make it more affordable. So instead of before having to spend $1,000, $2,000, even though you could finance it, that's what I did. My first package was like $1,100. I financed it like $80 a month for a year and a half or something like that. You can finance it, but what they've done now is they have 3 levels, 10, 15, and $20, where you get access to the tools, you get a certain amount of resources included already. So they made it a lot more affordable to start out. And essentially, the Aaron Gallagher bundle is something that you buy separate. So like you'd buy a membership for the software, $10, $15, $20. By the way, if you've had Logos before, they went to the membership subscription model, your prices won't be 10, 15, and 20. They would be lower. But some people just say, look, I don't want the subscription. I'm happy with what I had in the past. More power to you. Go for it. Well, the bundle has about $10,000 worth of books. It's only $1,000. You can finance it if you want. But I'll show you just a few of the resources. So this is the bundle. It says $772 on mine. I already own all the resources in it. So essentially, it will give you dynamic pricing. Let's say you have a ton of Logos Bible software and you have your own big library already. It won't make you pay $1,000 as it would to someone who has no resources. It will actually dynamically price it. So for you, it might be $300 or $400 or $500, depending on how many resources you already have that are in this, all right? So I'm going to show you some of the resources. It's got the English translations that I said, hey, can you please put King James, New American Standard, ESV in there? And then there's a bunch of other ones, okay? It's got a bunch of commentaries, including some of our GBN commentaries. We're working on getting more. Right now, just Genesis and Exodus. It's got the Gospel Advocate commentary series, all right? It's got a bunch of other commentaries, the United Bible Society, UBS, United Bible Society Handbook series. It's got a bunch of dictionaries. I asked them to put the Anchor Yale, Baker Encyclopedia, and ISBE. I think I may have asked them for Lexham Bible Dictionary. I don't remember. But asked them to put these resources in there. Tons of other resources. Let's see. Mobile Education Greek. So this is a 15-hour introduction to biblical Greek and a 10-hour introduction to biblical Hebrew, okay? So this is a different course, I believe. That's Greek 101. This is Greek 117, maybe? Is that right? I don't see the identifier. Yeah, 171 and 181. All right. So the Aaron Gallagher bundle has an introduction to Greek and Hebrew that come with the package, okay? It also has a interactive Greek alphabet course, and it's got a bunch of these different classes that help you learn the Koine Greek alphabet, which is pretty cool. It's got a lot of other teaching, preaching, books on hermeneutics, Greek texts, Greek grammars. All right, this is cool. So Bauer, Danker, Art, and Gingrich, or BDAG, is in here. There's a bunch of other ones as well that I think are beneficial. It's got Septuagint, Hebrew text, Hebrew grammars, Brown Driver Briggs, a bunch of other ones in there, other ancient language stuff, some Aramaic. Church history. All right. In church history, not only is all of the church fathers and patristic periods in here, so all the ante-Nicene fathers, the Nicene fathers, the post-Nicene fathers, the Latin fathers, all that is in there. But you've also got some books like, I asked them to put every Everett Ferguson book that they have in there. Everett Ferguson is a scholar who's a member of the church, lives in Abilene, Texas. Actually got a message from somebody lately that said, I think he's in, he's in a retirement home and he loves watching GBN and watching the contents. That was really encouraging. But he's a scholar and his books are fantastic. All of his books are in there. And then I also knew that they had a lot of Thomas B. Warren and Garland Elkins books in there. And so I asked them to throw them in. And so, a lot of these, there's 28 books here. A lot of these are ones that are Thomas B. Warren, Garland Elkins, etc. There's a lot of stuff in here, okay? Sermon outlines, etc. So, look, there is a ton of tools in this package. If you are going to buy Logos, this is the package I'd recommend, obviously, because I'm the one that helped put it together. There are a lot of other guys who know more about Logos than me, but this is just one that I've put together. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, please come to the webinar, September 18th, 5 p.m. Central. Click on the link below. It's going to be logos.com Aaron, so logos.com/Aaron-Gallagher. That's the webinar registration. Click below to register. And the thing about this, too, is the video will probably be on my YouTube. It'll show up here afterwards, but you won't get any of the free stuff. So the only people that they give the free stuff to, the free mobile education courses, are people who actually come to the webinar. So if you register, try and make sure you can be at the webinar. And like I said, whether you like me, whether you don't like me, whether you think I know what I'm talking about or I'm a heretic, come to the webinar. You'll get this access to free resources. It'll help you use the Greek and Hebrew tools and logos better. You'll get that absolutely for free. And then you can study more about baptism and Greek, and you'll realize that we're right, that baptism is the point which God cleanses your sins by the blood of Jesus. So kind of joking, not really joking, but kind of just making a little bit of fun comment there. So I hope you guys can make it to the webinar. Come hang out, whether you have logos or you don't, whether you're considering it or you're not, whether you have a lot of resources or no resources. Come to the webinar. I look forward to seeing you. We're going to have a logos expert there who's going to answer any questions that I can't answer. And just looking forward to it. Hope you can make it, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for your time.